Welcome to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. Dr. Mark Burns is the Provost and Chief Academic Officer here at Middle Tennessee State University. He has the distinction of being the longest serving academic chief among Tennessee's public universities, and he supports the more than 330 academic programs. Dr. Burns grew up here in Murfreesboro and joined our faculty in 1991, giving him great perspective on how both the university and the community have changed over the years. Dr. Burns, welcome back to the program.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
You know, it's been a while. Matter of fact, I was trying to recall, I think it was COVID.
It was. We did it via Zoom last time.
I know, but now we have a brand new set. You're our very first guest.
Looks great.
There you go. So let's start it off by answering the burning question. What is a provost and what do you do at the university? I think folks want to know.
Well, and they don't know because it's not a term that is used really at all outside academics these days. Provost is the leader of the academic mission. So the chief academic officer works with the deans and the chairs and the faculty ultimately to present the academic program to our students.
So let's talk about the whole academic enterprise because it's, obviously Middle Tennessee State University, you preside over the Division of Academic Affairs and is really the core mission that we do. How many faculty do you oversee and how many programs do they teach?
We've got about 950 full-time faculty and then depending on the term, 200, 300 part-time adjunct faculty. So it's a big operation and it requires a lot of folks because we've got more than 330 academic programs. We're a comprehensive university, so we don't have every single conceivable program, but we have a lot. And we want to offer those for our students who can come here and not have to travel somewhere else to study what they want to. And we're constantly adding. That's one of the things I love about this job and this university is we have the resources and the willingness to continuously look at our curriculum and see, well, where is there opportunities to grow and where do we think the job market is going to go? Because we're doing more than just preparing people for employment, but that's an important part of their experience here is getting ready for their life after college. And so we take that really seriously.
We just had a group of guests on campus and we were talking about how the mission of our university is to not only train you for the skills you need on your very first job, but the skills you're going to need in your second, third, maybe in your fifth job. Talk about why that's important for us to have people who are engaged thinkers and problem solvers.
Right now, of course, we're all interested in, fixated on AI and all the effects that is going to have. That's a great example of a technological change that is affecting the real world and including employment. How is that going to change people's jobs? And as the people who are training the future employees, well, all right, what do we need to do to make sure that they can adapt to that? So it's not only training them on the content area, that's important, and we do a good job of that, but we also have to train them for content that we don't know yet, that's not been invented yet. And that's when the skills that are more lasting or durable, critical thinking, communication, using good judgment, knowing how to talk to people, all of that is really important. And we want to set them up to figure out how they do their second job, third and fourth for their entire working career.
You talked about some of those unique majors and you talked about some of the investment we've made. I know we just got finished touring the Applied Engineering building with that group of folks and there was a whiz bang. Wow, holy cow. I can't believe MTSU has all these robots doing these amazing things right next door, the School of Concrete and Construction Management. You've been blessed with a lot of state-of-the-art academic facilities powering many of these great degree programs, right?
We have. I mean, I encourage people who've not been on campus in the last year or two to come visit and see the new Applied Engineering building, see the new concrete building, and the renovations that we're in the midst of doing on some of our historic buildings. So yeah, we've got great programs in every academic college. We're on the cutting edge. We've got cybersecurity in a couple of different colleges actually. We're about to build a cybersecurity range to train students on how to deal with the threats that come, that's sort of the dark side of the internet.
So, I've seen the renderings for that. It looks like something you would see in NASA Mission Control, right?
Yeah, it'll be very high tech, very sort of segregated both physically and from an electronic standpoint so that when we launch a mock attack,
cyber attack,
it doesn't, that's the whole point of this facility. So it doesn't escape out into the wild and take down the internet.
But that's amazing stuff. That really is. That's, I've often marveled about just the variety, and you've already touched on this, the variety of programs and majors that we offer here. As provost, as the guy that makes sure that all these academic pieces and parts work as advertised and promised, that's really got to be an amazing thrill to see just the range of things that this campus offers for you as an administrator. Talk me through that.
We're doing our best to respond to what the students want and need, but also to anticipate what they don't know that they want or need, but they might need 5-10 years down the road. So that's not me figuring that out. Our programs are faculty driven. Now, we help in my office and in the dean's office and the chair's office, but it's really about the faculty who are the experts in their areas to have their finger on the pulse of what's going on in their disciplines and what do we need to be looking at down the road. I mean, it's a challenge because we have limited resources, and the job of provost is to deploy those resources in the most efficient way possible to drive the academic mission. So sometimes that involves cutting stuff that's not working as well anymore, or is not quite as relevant as it once was. It's a juggling act, but I don't know. I think we do a pretty good job at it.
I think you do a great job. And like you said, you've got to keep all those balls in the air and really decide where you're going to move next. You talked about students. You were a student here.
I was.
Talk about that opportunity to be part of the central leadership of the campus where you walked the halls as a student.
It just really been fortunate. I mean, my first job out of graduate school was at my undergrad alma mater, and that does not typically happen. So I was just blessed that happened. And then I've been here since 1991, and I've been fortunate to move into a variety of different jobs, winding up here as provost. So when I first came back in 91, there were a lot of my former professors still teaching, and so that was fun to get to interact with them in a different way. And up until a few years ago, there were still some on the faculty. So it's been great. I love the institution. I believe in our mission. Students are fantastic, and our employees are a dedicated bunch, and we're doing our best to serve those students.
Dr. Burns.
Thank you.
Provost and Chief Academic Officer of our university. Thanks for joining us on Out of the Blue.
Thanks, Andrew.